What is PMI, and why is it important investing in stocks or crypto? Let me guess. You opened your portfolio this morning. Stocks are down, crypto is down even more. And you're sitting there thinking, bro, inflation is coming down, the Fed is done hiking, everyone on Twitter said the bottom was in. Why are markets still not going up? And then you do what most people do. You refresh the chart, you check the news, you start questioning your strategy. And maybe, just maybe, you're this close to selling. Again. Look, if that's you, you're not stupid. You're not bad with money. You're just missing one key macro signal that explains why markets move before the headlines catch up. And that signal is the PMI. Hi, my name is Bruno, and today I want to talk about what the PMI is and why it's so important when investing in stocks or crypto. If you're someone who keeps wondering why markets don't just go up, feels late to every move, and wants to build more responsible financial habits instead of reacting emotionally, I think this video is for you. Here's the thing, PMI isn't sexy. It's not trending on TikTok. No one's shilling it with rocket emojis. But if you understand PMI, you'll finally understand why markets fall before recessions are obvious. Are we at the lows or at the tops? Why bottoms feel scary and tops feel euphoric? And why most investors are emotionally late every single cycle. So, what is PMI? Okay, let's strip this down. PMI stands for Purchasing Managers Index. PMI sounds boring, right? But PMI is basically a monthly report card of the real economy. Every month, purchasing managers, the people ordering raw materials, hiring workers, managing inventory, are asked one simple question. Is business getting better, worse, or staying the same? That's it. And here's why that matters. Purchasing managers are upstream in the economy. They see demand before consumers do. They feel slowdowns before layoffs hit the news. They cut orders before earnings collapse. PMI is like checking the weather radar before the storm hits your house. So, what is the most important number in PMI? Now, listen closely, because this is where most people mess up. The PMI number revolves around 50. Above 50, expansion, bull market. Below 50, contraction, bear market. But here's the key insight. And this is straight out of Raoul Pal's macro framework. Markets don't care about good or bad. They care about the rate of change. A PMI falling from 60 to 52 is bad for markets. The top is most likely in. A PMI rising from 42 to 47 is often bullish. The bottom is most likely in. And this is where retail investors get destroyed. They listen to influencers or posts on crypto Twitter without keeping an eye on the PMI. Why your brain lies to you about PMI. Let's talk psychology. When PMI is high, say 58 or 60, everything feels amazing. All the news is positive for the economy. They are even celebrating Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Your friends are making money. Earnings look strong. Crypto Twitter is euphoric. That's when your brain says, okay, now it's safe to invest. This should actually set off all your alarm bells. Because here's the problem. By the time PMI peaks, liquidity is tightening. Central banks are restrictive. Growth is already slowing under the surface. And when PMI is low, like in the low 40s, everything feels horrible. News is negative. Layoffs everywhere. People say things like, this time is different. That's when PMI is quietly bottoming. And that's when smart money starts positioning. Time to buy. Macro Investors Core Insight. Liquidity is greater than everything. Here's something Raoul Pal repeats constantly. The business cycle drives everything. PMI is a business cycle indicator. When PMI falls, growth slows, earnings compress, liquidity dries up, risk assets struggle. When PMI bottoms and turns, central banks pause or ease, liquidity improves. Risk assets lead the recovery. This is why crypto and tech stocks often bottom before the economy improves. They're forward-looking. A simple math example. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you invest $10,000. Scenario A, emotional investing. You wait until PMI is back above 55 because things feel safe. Historically, a large portion of market gains already happened. Let's say you catch a 40% move until the cycle top. Your $10,000 is now worth $14,000. Scenario B, PMI, aware investing. You scale in when PMI is below 45, but stabilizing. Historically, these periods often precede 100 to 300% moves in risk assets. Even a conservative 120% return turns your $10,000 into $22,000. Same market, same assets, different timing. That difference isn't intelligence, it's understanding the cycle. Why PMI matters even more for crypto. Now, look, crypto is basically liquidity on steroids. No cash flows, no dividends, pure reflexivity. So when PMI is falling and liquidity is being removed, crypto gets wrecked. But when PMI bottoms and liquidity expectations shift, that's when you get explosive rallies, violent short squeezes. Why didn't I buy more? Moments. This is why Raoul Pal often says crypto is a call option on liquidity. PMI helps you understand when liquidity is about to change. Now, you might be thinking, Bruno, PMI isn't perfect. It gives false signals. You're right. No indicator is perfect. But here's the thing. You're not using PMI to predict tomorrow. You're using it to set expectations. PMI won't tell you the exact bottom. It tells you when risk-reward is shifting in your favor. And that alone puts you ahead of 90% of investors. But markets can still fall even if PMI is rising. Yes. Short term? Absolutely. But zoom out. Real bull markets begin when PMI is depressed, sentiment is terrible, liquidity is about to improve. If you're waiting for certainty, you're already late. So what's the real reason people ignore PMI? Let's be honest. The real reason people ignore PMI isn't because it's useless. It's because it doesn't give emotional dopamine hits. It requires patience, humility, and acting before things feel good. And that's uncomfortable. Your brain wants confirmation. PMI rewards anticipation. Actionable steps you can apply immediately. All right, let's make this practical. Step 1. Stop asking, is the economy good? Start asking, is the PMI improving or deteriorating? Direction is greater than level. Step 2. Align your risk with PMI. PMI falling. Reduce leverage. Be selective. PMI bottoming. Start scaling in. PMI accelerating. Let winners run. Step 3. Build a rule-based habit. Instead of reacting emotionally, decide in advance. If PMI is below X and stabilizing, I invest Y% monthly. This removes fear from the equation. Step 4. Fix your time horizon. PMI works on months and quarters, not days. If you're checking it daily, you're missing the point. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Markets don't move based on how you feel. They move based on cycles, liquidity, and expectations. PMI helps you see those shifts before the crowd. If you understand PMI, you'll stop chasing tops. You'll stop panic selling bottoms. You'll finally understand why markets behave the way they do. Look, you don't need to predict the future. You just need to stop being surprised by it. PMI won't make you rich overnight, but it will make you calm, patient, and positioned. And in investing, that's everything. If this helped you understand markets on a deeper level, like the video, subscribe, and comment PMI below. I read them all. And remember, the goal isn't only to be early, it's to be prepared. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.